This is the Moray Eel, a slimy snaggletooth sea serpent from the seventh circle of hell, a veritable embodiment of pure evil covered in mucus and teeth. Residing mainly in warm tropical waters, Moray eels lie in wait, lurking in the crevices and shadows of coral reefs. For all accounts and purposes, the Moray eel is a real-life sea monster. But do these often colorful creatures warrant such terror? Are they truly malevolent beasts, or are they just misunderstood? We're going to take a look at some clips to determine just how vicious these sleek predators actually are, or aren't. There are more than 200 different species of moray eel. Did you know? Why? Why are their nostrils like that? Okay, it says here, their eyesight is poor, so they rely on an enhanced sense of smell. Yep, definitely enhanced. If you thought morays looked scary on the outside, get this. They have a second jaw, used to pull prey into their throat, almost like an alien. Here you can get a glimpse of the oral pharyngeal horror. The moray eel breathes by repeatedly opening and closing its mouth to gulp water, which coincidentally makes them look even more scary. You'd think they could just breathe through those tubular nostrils. Okay, I'm done. Morays tend to ambush their prey, striking swiftly with their ultra-powerful jaws. They literally tie themselves into a knot to gain leverage for tearing off chunks of flesh. We've all been there, am I right? Bruh, imagine if that was your leg, or worse. Like the crocodile, morays also employ the dreaded death roll to twist off bits of tissue. Kinda like twisting a loose tooth until it comes free. This guy was able to yank this octopus out of its hole. Poor octopus is having a very bad day. Oh, don't watch me eat, weirdo. Here's another moray being naughty. Get it? Because he was, despite their two jaws, not every hunt is a success. This octopus was not having any of it. These guys are waiting for the lawyer convention to start. This banana slug got out of its cage.
Janet, get the net! I already have the net!
Morays have a unique courtship ritual that begins with one... Oh, I might have misread the situation. Yep, they're taking bites out of one another. In my defense, their mating dance looks similar. Just less biting, and mortally wounding one another. I guess morays kinda struggle with eating octopus. Maybe, I don't know, eat something else? Edible clothing by Lululemon. You wear what you eat. I've been trying to reach you about your... Wait, that's not the right voice.
I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Did you know that the moray eel is a distant relative of the banana? The rare carnivorous banana, that is.
Yes, tear deep into my nostrils and you will become more powerful than you could ever imagine.
Has anyone seen my glasses?
Oh heck, they're trying to eat each other again.
You have got to be kidding. A shark? A whole dang shark? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, we already mentioned the second jaw. No, wait. Okay, this graphic is much better. How come we didn't use this in the first place? And we're still trying to swallow an entire shark. That is one shark that's going to need therapy. As if there needed to be another freaky element to moray eels, I give you the midline mouth teeth. Gross, right? These would actually come in handy, especially when eating Fruit Loops. Those are always cutting up the roof of my mouth. Morays may be fierce, but they don't always think things through. This ray is just minding his own business when Mr. Leopard Noodle decides to violate his personal space. Like, bro, boundaries. You can almost hear the ray go, whoa. This magic carpet boy takes flight, but he's picked up a hitchhiker. I don't know much about ray anatomy, but this looks like an unpleasant place to be bitten. He finally admits defeat, and then seems kind of embarrassed. I think that's part of what makes morays so terrifying, is they're chaotic and make questionable prey selections. And then we come to this. This diver has no qualms about holding and inspecting the moray in this exhibit. But this is more than a brief screening. The moray lets him pet him, and actually seems to invite snuggles and more pets. He cradles him like he's part python, part house cat, and the moray just loves it. His roommate over here judging the heck out of him. Or maybe he's jealous.
Lance gets all the attention.
But maybe this is not typical behavior for a moray. He is in captivity after all. Perhaps he's displaying domesticated traits. If this was in the wild, surely he'd bite that diver's arm off. Well, here we are.
In the wild.
This moray seems curious about the divers, but also looks like he could attack at any moment. They allowed the divers to touch them, but it's not like the previous clip we saw. So maybe wild morays can be curious about humans, but don't necessarily want to be petted like a kitten. And then there's this moray, being petted like a kitten. How are we supposed to reconcile the moray eel's ferocity and frightening appearance with this? That looks like my grandma's neck. He actually really seems to enjoy the physical affection, and it's low-key kinda cute. But again, maybe this is an absolute rarity, an especially docile moray? This is a honeycomb moray. Surely he won't. Wait, don't? Yikes. Okay, he's petting him. The eel even leans in like, oh yeah, that's nice. Under the chin scritchies. My cat really likes that. Turns out this is a very good boy. Maybe there is a sweet, affectionate side to morays. And now we have a different honeycomb moray eating another moray. I don't know, man. It just seems like there are plenty of other things you could eat. But who knows? Maybe this was the result of a long, drawn-out dispute between neighbors? Jerry, I swear to Poseidon, if you steal my mail one more time, I'm going to eat you whole. Jerry thought he was bluffing. Ugh, Jerry had not bathed recently. I'm sorry, I know I already made fun of their weird nostrils, but why does this one have googly eyes? And this is not a moray. This guy's called a leaf-nosed moray eel. For obvious reasons. Okay, so the moray eel. They have a second set of jaws, backward curving teeth on the roof of their mouth and in their throat, adorned with freaky nostrils and sometimes googly eyes. Their blood is poisonous to humans, unless cooked properly. Personally, I don't want to eat one of these. They secrete mucus all over their body, so they're actually slimy. Their bite is not venomous, but it can result in a nasty bacterial infection. I'm basically describing a toddler at this point. They are vile in appearance, sometimes cannibalistic, and yet they love snuggles. Maybe they're not so terrible after all. Maybe, just maybe, not all scary things are evil and want to kill you. But to be safe, it's probably best to avoid sticking your fingers in tropical cracks. Couldn't we have said that a different way? Like, avoid reaching into crevices while in tropical waters? No? Guys?